Hi, mobile families. Dr. Carter here. I'm here making this video today for our mobile learners, our mobile families, specifically parents. I have some important information to share with you, some requests, and just some general information for all of you. First and foremost, though, we're going into week 4 of mobile learning and school altogether, and my mind is blown at how hard everyone is working. Parents, I know you have had to be so flexible with some of your schedules. I know there have been some technology glitches, but you guys are knocking this out of the park. And I cannot thank you enough for your patience, your flexibility, your compassion, your grace through all of this. We appreciate you. But like I said, I have some things to go over. And really, I think this will help to strengthen the whole classroom experience for your child. So first of all, we really need to remember that we are treating the mobile classroom as if we would an in-person classroom at school. So some things include that we need to discuss are some of the behaviors, some of the demeanors we're seeing on camera wouldn't be exactly what you might do when we're in person in a classroom. So for example, we need all students, all parents to be properly dressed when on camera. Students, remember that is an expectation that you are in your Gateway uniform at all times. We do need those cameras on at all times as well. And think about in the classroom, if we were here in person, like some of these learners are, some of our traditional learners have come back to school, you don't really have the option to turn your face off or hide in class. So we really need to just get that mindset that it is a regular classroom, okay? For now, it's a little bit different for the first semester, at least until we figure out kind of what's going to happen in January. But we do need to be in uniforms. Parents, we're just asking that you have appropriate attire on because remember your audience. They're your child's classmates. Your child's teacher is watching as well. So we need those cameras on. The next thing I want to address is visitors. We love seeing your little brothers and sisters. We love seeing your grandmas. We love seeing all of those wonderful pets that you have and all your stuffed animals and your toys. But again, let's treat it as if we were in real school. There will be a time and a place for some show and tell opportunities, and that's when you can bring your pets on the screen and come introduce your family. And, some of the teachers have some cool ideas up their sleeve about some scavenger hunts. And trust me, I promise you there's going to be some opportunity to have those visitors on camera. Okay. Some other things, just as you need to make sure if you were coming into a regular school building, you're going to have your book bag. You're going to have all your supplies ready. We need you to have everything ready at home too. We need your devices to be charged. If your teacher has asked you to have some supplies ready, maybe a highlighter and some index cards, you want to make sure you have those ready so that the lesson can keep on moving forward. Okay. Another thing I want to address is food and some snacking, in the middle of the math lesson. So we're also going to talk to our teachers about this to make sure that they're giving time for some snack breaks, some brain breaks, even some bathroom breaks, just like we would have in the regular traditional school. All right. So we don't want to be munching and chomping on gum because really it becomes distracting to the other learners that can see you on camera as well. And another reminder for parents is that language. So we've had a few examples, a few incidents of some inappropriate language that has been heard on camera. So parents, I get it. You're adults. It's still real life. You have conversations happening. Just please be mindful and try your best to remember that your child is in their classroom. Okay. You're not going to come into the school and start cursing in your child's class. So please, please, please don't do it while they're on camera. Okay. I just said a few things that need to really be corrected, but I don't want to lose sight of the amazing things that are happening. We are seeing some amazingly creative students. I love some of the learning spaces that we've seen. Some of you have little desks set up and you have posters behind you like it's an actual classroom. And I love seeing that. I love it. You students, I cannot thank you enough. You guys are working hard and it is obvious. Again, parents, kudos to you. You are getting this done. So awesome, awesome, awesome. We do want to also remember, though, when you're in that classroom space, we need to minimize distractions. Okay, so I know I talked about kind of limiting the visitors and keeping the toys and stuff aside, but we really have to limit the distractions. So even the in and out and slamming the doors, that can be distracting to the class. So again, I think it's just going to take a little bit more of our mindsets to adjust a little bit and remember that your child is in a classroom. Just another thing to mention about spaces. We don't want to see students laying in bed trying to follow along with a math or reading lessons or practicing their sight words, in bed laid up under the covers. Really, we have to have the expectation that your child's sitting up straight. Not everybody has a desk at home. That's okay. But your child really needs a flat surface to be working on. A table, if you have a desk, it can be even a tray table out in the living room, just a flat surface. Your child really needs to be able to practice their writing skill and make sure they have the proper posture sitting up while they're typing or working on their iPads. So we really also need you to not be in your vehicles. We're seeing an increase in children who are logging on to Zoom and you're in the car. So we are asking that if you have to be in the car, we understand. There's still dentist appointments and doctor's appointments, or you might have to go help take grandma grocery shopping or something. That's fine, because we do have, remember, 2 flexible learning options. You can hop on in the AM or in the PM and just work with your teacher. They will be very flexible. And I promise you, your teacher would rather have you at home or in a spot sitting and working in a space than in the public, sitting in a public shopping cart. So just remember that and continue to be mindful. So the last thing I want to discuss is parents allowing your children to complete the work on their own. I know it's tough. I know it's frustrating when it's 7 + 3 and your child keeps writing 12, or they keep writing the wrong thing. I understand. But in order for our teachers to do their job most effectively, they need a gauge, a good understanding of what your child actually does know. So we need you to kind of let go, parents. If you need to walk out of the room while your child's taking an assessment, just go ahead and do that. I know, believe me, I'm a control freak myself. But I just want to just be right over my daughter's, shoulder. And I know that, what are you doing? You know that that's not that. But really, we have to let the teachers do their jobs. So in order for them to do their jobs, we have to know what your child does know and doesn't know. So I'm begging you, please, 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 if your child's struggling, let them struggle. The teacher will jump in, provide some additional support. There are several teachers out there who are asking you on maybe a few days a week to shift to maybe from the PM to the AM session. That is so that they can have more time in the afternoons to work one-on-one with children who are struggling, so that they can have some small group instruction. So if your schedule allows for that flexibility, we ask you to take advantage of that. Remember that, we do only have 3.5 hour day requirement. And as I explained, or as it was explained in the handout at the beginning of the year, in a traditional 7-hour school day, it really is only about 3.5 hours of direct eyeball to eyeball instruction is what we call that, with from our teachers to our students. So I know that it's 3.5 consecutive hours and it's tough sometimes, but just our students are so resilient. They're so tough. They're showing so much grit and determination. So keep it up, guys. And the final thing I do have to announce is that starting, as you've seen the past few Thursdays, the time has shifted a little bit. So moving forward, starting this Thursday and moving forward, the Thursday schedule is going to change for those AM learners, okay? So the typical 8:40 to 12:10 time frame is being shifted, and it's going to, on Thursdays, class is going to start at 9 o'clock, and it's going to go until 12:30. If that is not convenient for your schedule, please reach out to your teacher. There are other flexible options in place, like I just mentioned one, to work later in the afternoons a few days a week. As long as your child has the work and they're getting the work done, guys, I promise you, it's okay. It's okay. This is new for all of us. We are all trying our best. And I appreciate every single one of you so much. We don't know what it's going to look like, but for right now, that is going to be our schedule for the first semester of the year. And we'll reassess. We'll see what's happening, out in the public, and what December and January brings us. But for right now, guys, keep up the great work. Amazing things are happening every single day. We're seeing it. We're popping in on the classes saying hi. We love you guys. We thank you. We appreciate you. And finally, we know there's a lot going on. We know that every parent has a choice in your child's education. Not one of you listening to this video has been assigned to Gateway Charter School. You guys are choosing to send your children with us. And I cannot thank you enough for that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for choosing Gateway. We love you. Bye, guys.